Everybody, it's Jeremy. Welcome back to EA Tetragrammaton, where we are playing It is turn 108, and we are in motion. So, a lot of stuff to cover in this turn. This might end up being a longer one, but we'll see how it goes, okay? I got a couple things that I actually have to change to. Fingers crossed. Alright, so we've got a bunch of little things going on here. Let's just take them as they come. Augury has found nothing. Dark Knowledge finds well of Pestilence and Flower Meadow Forest. We're already aware that this is the fortress to the south of Kailasa, the one that we've had abandoned basically the entire time because we're aware that there's a disease spawner there. Augury finds nothing. First, Flames from the Sky hits White Forest. Kills 40 units. That's a little underwhelming, but it's still a 40 unit kill. So we get Gift of Reason. Another Flames from the Sky hits White Forest. 32 units killed. That's a bit more underwhelming. Not great. 72 units killed in White Forest. Okay. We get a Flames from the Sky in Raphabolia, and that is more like it. 112 units killed in Raphabolia. We get a Dark Knowledge targeting a Simri. It does nothing. We Augury, find nothing. Another Gift of Reason. 2 Lichcrafts. Another Tartarian Gate. Another Curse of Blood. Some more Kusarikus. 2 more Auguries that find nothing. A third Lichcraft. Jeez, so many Liches. And then we get a Dire Portent goes up from Moloch Ball. So Hinnom puts up Earthblood Deepwell yet again. Cool, great. I think both of the other players initially thought that the game was unlikely to... Well, I think a combination of things happened. So one, I think Hinnom and Lanka just weren't necessarily ready to start throwing up a bunch of globals right when stuff happened. I say that, but Hinnom put up Arcane Nexus immediately. But I think now they're both realizing that maybe this is going to take a little longer than anticipated, and they're putting up gem globals again because we need the gems. So, is what it is. Alright, and this actually ended up, fortunately for us, replacing the Eyes of God, not any of our stuff. So, I think. Then we get another Flames from the Sky, again at Raphabolia, 90 units killed. That's much better. That's 202 units killed in Raphabolia, and then 72 units killed in White Forest. The reason being, though, is I'm pretty sure there were way more undead, lower tier units in Raphabolia, and I think there were just fewer units, but higher quality in White Forest, i.e. there are a bunch of Dawn Guard there. So, it's fine. We're probably, again, we might not have killed a whole bunch, but Flames from the Sky can also do a lot of damage in the fact that it does wound you, right? It gives you ailments. So, that's going to be beneficial for us in the long run, hopefully. Another Augury finds nothing. Proclamation from Lanka for a new prophet. We get a good spread of blood sacrifices from our blood hunting. And then we actually have a couple of little attacks. Now, our attacks are us actually attacking Hinnom. Hinnom's attacks on us aren't actually so much attacks on us. I don't think Hinnom necessarily, anticipated this round and, attacked us first. These are attacks in the Mictlan area, and basically back towards the beginning of this, I had told both Hinnom and Lanka to just take this stuff if you want, because I have zero interest in holding it or making it a front or anything like that. That has since somewhat changed, but I don't care about Mictlan. It's not really a power base for me. I am actually going to send a mage over there. I thought I had last turn, but apparently I fucked it up when I moved, after I moved everyone. So that's my bad. I'm going to see if I can get an individual over there, put a temple up. Maybe I can keep it, but I think it's probably too little too late. I have started to recruit units there, but I don't think I'm going to be able to get enough to keep it safe. Anyways, we're up against a Baal who just has a firebrand and Boots of the Messenger. This guy You know, he has Iron Shield, he has Iron Skin, or Iron Shield. He has Astral Shield, Iron Skin, Temper Flesh up. So there's very little that this PD is going to be able to do to him. I say that, but we actually do hit him a fair amount and drop him down to, or drop him down a little bit and give him a never healing wound. But wait, I think we give him never. We'll double check. But he's gonna kill these people. Easy peasy. I'm gonna watch the rest of that. Let's jump into it again and make sure. Yeah, so he took enough damage. He had 85 HP. He took enough damage that actually we dropped him to about half before he. It was really just the these guys, the heavy cav, that had the chance of doing real damage to him. But he wins. And then we are also attacked in Trutturn by a Melkart. And this guy, he's got a Frostbrand and Boots of the Messenger, so not a lot of gear on these thugs. But with the right paths, you don't need a whole lot of gear. So he Blessings up, Summon Earth Power, Iron Skin, Temper Flesh. Now he's got 28. He's about to do Legions of Steel. I think that puts him at 30. Yeah. So he's invulnerable to these guys, basically. Like, they deal 14 damage. So not a chance. Not a chance. We attack in Mosswoods. We're not gonna watch this because it's a mass army attack on very little PD. But it did amuse me when I was looking through this. When I realized, I did not realize this before, the sheer number of units moving in this group, in many of my battle groups, actually. Not in my one, but in this one and in the Pangean one, definitely. And I think over in the Yomi one as well. There are 49 Gudus in this fucking army. That's a lot of people. Holy shit. We actually have a lot of mages here. That being said, right, like a good portion of this army's power could be obliterated very easily by something like Flames from the Sky, killing off all of our communions. Hopefully we won't have to suffer that. We'll see. But it's entirely possible. We actually do need to make some changes to that army, but we'll get to that during the course of the actual game. And then we have a battle in Mirius where we send our first Tartarian out. And this Tart has actual gear, which is good. Oh shit! You know what? I have forgotten to do so much on this turn. It's been a long day. I've had multiple turns of the tournament game, and I was actually considering trying to get a extension on this turn, but because I'm a little scatterbrained at this point, I've had too much processing of turns to really be good at it. But I've been needing more and more extensions here lately because of all the games I have are all late game games now. So, but anyways, we've got decent gear, ready to go, gonna fight. Liquid Body, Fire Shield, cool. I think we need to add Quicken Self to her. But she is up against, like, super minor PD. Like, this is not... No. Now, she doesn't have super high protection, but she does have very high HP and regeneration, and a combination of good protection, decent defense skill, or good defense skill, and you combine that with the protection offered by the Scutata Volturnus, and it's actually generally okay. Very good. Let's actually pop over here real quick just to make sure that I have adjusted this. We want to put... No, not Liquid Body. I want to put Quicken Self. There we go. Okay, what else do we have going on? We have an unexpected event in Cracked Earth. We lose 8 defense, easily fixed. We have some Dominion change, Sloth, and lose some province resources in Ctesiphon. That is annoying, but it is what it is. We got some nature gems in Cracked Earth, and a worldwide event, Misfortune. The moon turned red for a night, an omen of misfortune. And then we are attacked in the Cracked Earth by spies and heavy infantries and light infantries, but they're not gonna take on our gift of help. Province defense. 2 of our scouts get found out, no big deal, and Nazar II has been reborn. Cool, fantastic. We have attacks everywhere. And I still need to do some forging. I have forgotten to do that this turn. We will have to jump into that. Okay, so a lot of this turn, a lot of the work that I had to do this turn was making different adjustments on where do I want to go, where am I focusing my power, and trying to pull in scripts for all of our different army compositions, and making sure that everyone had, and this was a big task, making sure everyone has gems, and then that we are sending spare gems. So I'm going to try to take this in kind of fronts, okay? It's going to take too long to go over absolutely every single thing that we are doing. If I don't talk about it, right, for instance, I'm not going to talk about Gala 60 moving to Belagor, because it's just movement. I'm just moving someone. It's either reinforcing a location or trying to head towards a battlefront or something like that. I'm not going to talk about every single place that I'm recruiting in. I'm recruiting in every single... Again, we are actually down very close to flat income this time around. I spent about 15,000 gold again. It's going to be every turn for the foreseeable future. We're going to lose a lot of people over the course of the next couple turns, so actually our upkeep is probably going to drop drastically. So the hope right now is with Gift of Nature's Bounty, we're just recruiting everywhere. So the hope is we can kind of like counter the losses that we're going to have pretty shortly. So let's take the Kailasan front. What is actually happening in the Kailasan front? And I'm going to have to do this after this video, but there are some adjustments that I need to make. So, 1, we are heading into Turtle Glades with the majority of our forces. We've got the main army moving into, which is ready and able to battle. It is moving into Turtle Glades, because we can't hop the river here, okay? We are moving NC-15 to jump into Turtle Glades to kind of be a backup leader. We are bringing in multiple units here. Scout 31, Scout 30, and Gudu 257. They are coming in with gems. These are our spare gems. This is kind of a risky situation. We need a lot of gems for the things that we are doing. And unfortunately, we're low on the gems that we need in order to do the things that we want to do. We have a lot of air gems still. We have a lot of water gems still. That's good. But we do not have a lot of earth gems. We do not have a lot of astral gems. And we do not have a lot of nature gems. And we are spending lots of those gems every single turn. What I have been able to put together is basically enough for 2 battles, or more likely, getting gem baited, and then hopefully being able to put out the gems and deal with it. Now, gem baits, of course, if you get gem baited on a singular turn, I don't like it, generally speaking, from a functional standpoint of the game. It feels kind of meh overall to have like a massive army and them use all of their firepower against something that they really don't need to use their firepower against, right? That can be very frustrating, but it's a mechanic within the game, so we have to try to deal with it as best we can. Unfortunately, we don't have enough gems. I actually didn't even have enough gems to supply all of my armies. Our army is actually has casters casting things that they don't have gems for. The hope is that next turn I'm just going to be able to do things in Sinkhole Swamp. That. Okay. Cool. So we're bringing in all of our spares here. Great. We are attacking into Droigar with Tart 5. It's a very simple setup. Body Ethereal, Fire Shield, Astral Shield, attack rear. Nothing big, nothing super doing. Just causing mayhem, right? We don't want to have every single bit of our focus on one particular thing. We need to be able to target. We need to have multiple threats, basically. So that's what Tart 5 and Tart 3 are doing with Hinam. And then we are also casting a Flames from the Sky. I talked about this last turn, probably the concept that we'd cast one in the Kailasan area, one in the Pangean area, and then two over here towards Lanka. That's what we're doing. We're going to go ahead and cast Flames from the Sky at Jaburnia. The idea being here is that these units, Black Hawks and Thralls, they're incredibly weak units. We are not worried about them, honestly, at all. However, there's enough of them here that I think if they were to attack us in Turtle Glades, they might trigger gem usage. So what our plan is to just hit them with the Flames from the Sky and hopefully kill the vast majority of them. Enough to where it's not going to be as much of a concern if they attack us, because it's just not enough people. Hopefully it won't be enough people to trigger gem usage. We can see over here in Raphabolia awaiting us. We still have plenty of units. Plenty of scatty units awaiting us. But we'll do what we got to do. We'll fight how we have to. Okay, so next up we're looking at the Pangean front, and this one is much the same. We've got a lot more miscellaneous movement around here. You can see we've got a bunch of Eshams that are moving back into positions. They're basically just moving into locations to, again, we're anticipating that some of these armies die, so we're trying to go ahead and just rebuild secondary armies. That's the plan, right? The idea being that hopefully if these armies lose, we have such high income that we can basically outpace our opponents, right? The idea that as long as we can just keep producing, we'll wear them down and eventually win. So in Pangaea, we are moving the mercenary groups here onto White Forest. Now, these guys should be able to, I actually want to do like a mass regeneration from him. Do like a Will of the Fates too. I can't do Will of the Fates. This is just absolutely 100%. This is just a feint, right? Just like I was saying, I don't want to get hit by something that's gonna draw out my gems. This is something that I'm trying to use to either pin him or mess with him. It says there's 4 Grigories here. He's probably gonna just wipe them out. That's okay. If that happens, I have 0 attachment to these people. Another big movement here, all of these units heading into Andoria. And again, we have another big group of scouts coming in from Wick Forest with us down here, right? These scouts carrying extra gems, and this scout carrying extra gems as well. In Pangea, we are casting Flames from the Sky, and we're targeting Greendale. Again, another scenario of not really super worried about this stack, except it could be utilized to fuck with me, harass my interior, or, you know, it's big enough that it might be able to cause gem usage. So I'm going to go ahead and Flames from the Sky it and hope that it kills it, and I don't have to worry about it. Okay. Nothing else really happening in most of the other fronts. We're going to go into some more detail on a few things here or there. But we'll talk about it from kind of like the standpoint of because we're basically doing the same things in all of these armies. There's a lot more happening in though, because we have a lot more to play with in From an other unit standpoint, we actually have a smaller Mage Corps in than I would prefer. But that's okay. We're going to figure it out. All right. So some of the big things is obviously the first two things we're doing is Flames from the Sky targeting Sleepy Wolves. So this is, we can see mostly Soulless Thralls, Soulless Marcadas, Shamans, and Rakshasa Warriors. There's also a Dakini and several Vampire Lords. Great, cool, fantastic. We're Flames from the Skying both of those sons of bitches, or twice, and that should vaporize the vast majority of them. One Flame from the Sky is probably going to do 100 plus. Another Flames from the Sky is probably going to do another 100 plus. That's going to be pretty good for us. We're also hopefully going to have enough of a Flames from the Sky to hit Femoria, or the Fomorian army, if we need to. So we are attacking into Shambolic, into Glistening Dew Forest, and into Urfel. What are we attacking with? Well, we're moving in two different groups into each of these locations. The groups being every single one of those locations is getting a Tart, right? Tart 2, Tart 7, and Tart 8 are attacking. And then every single one of them is also getting a Lich. So the Tarts are set up very simply, right? Our Death-enabled Tarts have Iron Skin, Timber Flesh, Soul Vortex, Summon Earth Power, and then they will attack. This should be relatively simple. Mostly we're relying on regeneration, and we'll have a decent protection at that point. Soul Vortex will help keep them alive, etc. Same thing with Tart 7, Iron Skin, Timber Flesh, Soul Vortex, Summon Earth Power. Tart 8 actually has high protection, period. So we're going to do just Iron Skin, Timber Flesh, Summon Earth Power, because that's basically what I have. And we'll go from there. I am sending some personal gems with him in order to maybe do like an Earthquake on something if I feel like it's going to be doable. We'll see how it goes. Okay, and then the Liches are really simple. They're just doing Soul Vortex and Vulnerability, Horde of Skeletons. And I only do one Horde of Skeletons with the Lich because typically they're going to cast more summon spells like that anyways, more Horde of Skeletons. But I find if you let them, they might do like some Raise Dead, which might be more impactful at that current point in time. Or if they need to, they might swap to something else like Disintegrate or Drain Life or something like that if they run into a thug and it's in their face. So I feel like you don't have to script the additional Hordes of Skeleton if you don't want to. Okay. We're also, of course, Gift of Reasoning our Tartarian Monstrum. We are doing another Summon Lich. We're doing another Summon Tartarian. And we're moving a big-ass army. We have, by the way, on our god, I'm going to try to just leave him as safe, because we might, again, use him as like a teleport earthquake trap or something like that. Teleport, whatever, trap. We've got options with him. But for now, we're trying to just keep him alive. He's still severely horror marked. He's very hurt. He's actually lost an arm. I'm hoping we can regrow it, I guess. I don't know. But he's just sitting around for now. I need to actually make another shield, forge a Gutata Volturnus. The army that is moving... The army that is moving is rather large. We have a lot of units going into this army, but it does not have a large mage corps. It has a 14 size communion that is doing things like relief and will of the fates, stuff like that. So let's just go through kind of, we got relief, we've got wind guide coming up, we've got life after death from a lich traveling with the group. We got will of the fates coming up. We're going to do a master and slave, but we do not have the gems currently to do this, right? Again, keep in mind a lot of the things, the other two armies are completely supplied. The army is not supplied, but we're marching to a laboratory, and the hope is that he's not going to hit us this turn. We're hitting him this turn, but we'll be able to get the gems that this army needs without issue. We're doing more quickening, because I think a couple of quickenings are going to be pretty good for the overall option of the army. We're doing Legions of Steel, Fog Warriors, we're doing Army of Lead, we're doing Arrowfin, more quickening, a Divine Blessing going up, more Legions of Steel, Demon Cleansing, of course, going to be super useful against Lanka, more Legions of Steel, this actually doesn't need Iron Skin. We got Storm going out. We've got more Legions of Steel. You might notice we've got Legions of Steel going up, but we have no Strength of Giants going up. It's because we are bringing in vampires now to do Rush of Strength. So everyone will have +4 Strength on our side of the field, and that's gonna be pretty big. So we're happy about that. Mass Regeneration, Gaia's Blessing, of course, more quickening. And that's pretty much it. We don't have a lot of additional mages. There's no 49, mage gurus in the army. So that is somewhat a bit of a problem because we don't have that extra oomph. We're really relying on the units themselves to kind of carry that. We are bringing in more crystal sorceresses. I think one of them is doing Doom. That'll be important. We have vampires coming in to do Rush of Strength, as we said. And then we're sending vampires, sending a vampire to the Wick Forest army, and then we have a vampire in the Moss Woods army. That's why this Guru is carrying Blood Slaves, is to allow that vampire to do Rush of Strength. So I need to actually go fix all of the Earth Gurus here. I haven't fixed them off of Strength of Giants, because I don't think it stacks. I think the way, I don't know. I might not change it. We'll see. Trying to think of if there's anything else that's really big. I don't think so. I think that's pretty much it. We're attacking into Lanka. If all goes well, and here's the thing, I don't really anticipate it going well. Hinam seems like a competent player. Lanka seems like a competent player. This is basically like the first salvo, right? We're going to see how well we do against them. If we are successful, great. Wonderful. If not, then this is going to turn into a really long game. Or, depending on how they do this, right? They might just be like, oh, well, fuck this guy. Let's stop fighting and kill If they do that, I'm probably dead. Now, I'm massive, yes. But I don't think I can take on late game Hinam and late game Lanka at the same time for an extended period of time. I think I'm pretty much borked if I have to sit there for too terribly long again. So, that should be that. Yeah. Gem usage is really bad right now. I've got a couple of hammers that I need to make sure I get done utilizing. But other than that, I think that's pretty much it for the turn. I've got to re-shimmy some people's stuff here. But then then we're pretty much done. All right, that's it. I'm rambling at this point. I'm kind of like thinking about the next steps that I have to take and anticipating what these battles are going to look like. I'm assuming this is going to be an explosive couple of turns. I still think, I said this a while ago, right? I still think that this game is either going to be done or decided by around turn 115. Because either I'm going to be successful, or it's going to be clear that the counterattack that comes from Hinam and Lanka is not something that I'm going to be able to weather. And it's just going to be a matter of time. So it might not be done by 115, mind you. But I think it's either going to be done or it's going to be determined. We'll see how it goes. All right. Thanks for watching. I'll see you all next time. Bye, everybody.